Welcome to HumanityWins.net. Please read the important disclaimer on your screen. All of the content provided is for entertainment purposes only. It should not be taken as medical or legal advice. Please contact your doctor or lawyer if you require such advice. Thank you. The show starts right now. Hello everyone. Welcome to Change is Near. This is episode 19 on March 21st, 2022. You're listening today. Today is a Monday. And today's episode is going to be about UFO. So I wanted to tell you my story about UFO. It started when I was 11 years old. My father bought a book for himself that he didn't like very much from Spanish writer J.J. Benitez, J.J. Benitez. And it was named La Gran Oleada in Spanish, which is the big wave. I think it was also translated to English and other languages. J.J. Benitez is a very well-known UFO writer, and he has also written about some other topics that he got a lot of heat from, like religion, and apparently he went back in time to meet Christ and stuff like that. I think that one was very, controversial. But the one about UFOs is one of my preferred books, and it's very colorful. It has a lot of pictures, so I enjoy it very much. And it really started, in a way, my awakening. I mean, even since I was, a small child, I always thought that the Earth was a little bit more than they were telling us. But this book, honestly, got me going because it was so full of pictures that they didn't make a lot of sense to me. So apparently, most of them were real, and very few of them were hoaxes. But it looked to me that it was very, very unrealistic to think that some of these spaceships that were clearly made of steel and had rivets and everything like it. They seem very man-made, to be honest. And to think that civilizations will traverse solar systems on that ships and make it to Earth and be able then to traverse the reality of Earth that is different from other planets, to be sure. So didn't make a lot of sense to me. So you might say, oh, you don't believe in UFOs. No, quite the contrary. I mean, I believe in alien life. Actually, as I said on previous episodes, I believe we're all aliens in a way. We come from other places. Just to make that clear, my belief is we start from a source, from God, our Father, all of us, and then we join different clubs as we go in our eternal existence. So you might actually be of different races or civilizations from the universe. You see, you might join this one, race A, and then race B, race C. Humanity is not still a race. We haven't taken our place in the universe. We're not still recognized because we're over the governorship of the evildoers. That is a group of races that keep a handle on ourselves and claim to the rest of the universe we are not ready to take our place. And one thing is we will need to have more advanced technology than we do. Okay, so what I think of UFOs is most of them that you see are actually either hoaxes, a portion of them, the one that really look very, very strange, very artificial, and some of them are actually terrestrial artifacts that we're trying to jump into this technology and being very primitive about it. So one difference from UFOs to regular crafts here on Earth is they use something called anti-gravity, you see. So that's why they have this spheric, cylindrical round shape, because it helps the anti-gravity. They have a huge generator at the center that morphs gravity as we know it. So that's why on these sightings, when you look at video, I only have pictures on this episode. I'm sorry about that, but I'm sure you have seen videos that the craft is moving up and down a little bit. That goes in the fact that it's affecting gravity on the space that it's occupying, so it's able to move around very easily with very little proportion. And it's probably electric propulsion, not even Newtonian propulsion, that has to have a mass that moves, so it creates inertia. And if the mass is going in one direction, the craft has to move on the opposite direction, like, for example, airplanes. In the case of UFOs, you might want to think about air hockey table. When you play in air hockey, what happens is there's a flow of air that makes the little pod, or whatever you want to call it, the pocket, or whatever they call it in hockey, actually flow. So gravity is zero for that, or very close to zero. There's very little friction with the table, and that's why when you hit it, and even if you hit it with very small force, it moves so fast, and if you hit it with a lot of force, it almost flies. Imagine that this air hockey table was 1 mile long. If you hit it with a lot of force, it probably will reach the mile just floating. Of course, it has to be, the airflow had to be, the gravity will have to be removed by the airflow going on the opposite direction. You see gravity goes down and the airflow goes up, so they nullify themselves, and that's why the pocket, or whatever you want to call it, the disc, will fly and go in a lot of distance. This same concept is how UFOs work. The UFOs we know, which I think honestly most of them are from the Earth, you see. I don't think advanced civilizations, or even mid-advanced civilization, or even basic ones, use them. Maybe they used them a lot of years ago, but they have evolved. It's not a very good way to traverse the universe. It's very difficult to go into another galaxies on that inside a UFO. Using anti-gravity will take you a very long time. You see, that's why I think it's the little technology they have shared with us, and we feel it's so great, but it's still very primitive, you know. So, you see, you probably have seen a lot of pictures from UFOs. I choose the ones that, you know, this one is more, it looks very, very fake, but you see, one thing you want to look is, do really advanced civilizations will have lights, and, you know, so lights so you see them, and, you know, move the way they move, and, you know, no way. You see, the human eye can only see from 380 nanometers to 700 nanometers of light wavelength. So, honestly, we see a very small portion of what's going on. I remember a friend asked me a couple of years ago, maybe more, so if aliens exist, why I don't see them? The only answer to that is because they don't want you to see them. And if they are benevolent, they don't want to interfere with you or scare you. There might be an alien right beside you at this moment, that he's trying to help you, but he's waiting for your seek of help. Remember, if you want assistance, ask for it. If you want assistance from God, he's always available. Just say, God, help me. There's no wrong way to go about it. If you want to call it praying, if you want to call it meditation, if you just want to call it speaking to God, if you want help from benevolent species, just ask them for help. There's no wrong way. They're always listening. But you see, they respect the laws of the universe, that they mustn't interfere with the life of others, so they respect free will. These pictures I'm showing, I almost did it on purpose. To be honest with you, look at this one that is in the upper center of the screen. You can see even the concentric circles. This looks very man-made. You can see the shining of the sun on the steel, you see. This is man-made. Maybe with technology we still don't understand, which is anti-gravity. You might want to look into that. If you want a reference on anti-gravity, you might want to check richplanet.net. Richard, the owner of that planet, and Andrew Johnson, Richard D. Hall, I'm sorry about that, and Andrew Johnson, they explain this stuff in layman terms much better than I could do it for you. But it's basically that. It's just a huge generator of electromagnetism at the center of the craft that morphs gravity as we know it, similar to the concept I explained to you of the air hockey, that creates a negative energy that counterparts gravity, so the aircraft floats. And with floating, it's very easy to have a propulsion system of different kinds, even any kind you can think of, even Newtonian, that could move the aircraft, you know, sideways, and even at speeds much higher than speed of sound. And probably these kind of aircrafts don't go beyond the speed of light. They are sub-light speed. You see, I always mention in my episodes, speed is infinite in the universe. Yes, of course, for energy and for benevolent beings and for spirits. Very difficult is for physical things. So you see, as I mentioned here in my photos, a lot of these photographs are from the 50s and 60s. For some reason, now with all the telephones that are going around, and each of them have a camera, UFO sightings have gone down. I find that strange. If they were here all the time and they come from outer space, why they are not available now that we have video, and you know, everyone has a video camera on his or her hand, sorry about that. So what I'm trying to say is, imagine yourself going to outside the solar system on this aircraft I'm showing on the screen. Is that even possible? I think that aircraft could make it to the moon, actually. Again, as I say, there are just these little steps we're taking that they're sharing with technology with us, and we're so excited, like it's, you know, the most advanced things in the universe. And no, I mean, benevolent, advanced civilizations use other methods to traverse the universe, and they can do it basically in a blimp. They use infinite pots of energy, and they convert themselves to energy and just traverse the universe immediately. What it has been called as wormholes, or you know, black holes, is because we don't understand them, we don't even know how to explain it, you see. But they are able to move around. Imagine if they are coming from different galaxies and all that. They are not going to take a trip that takes for them 100 years or whatever terrestrial years to be here and then go back, and you know, that's not the way it goes. Okay, so this particular aircraft, you probably have heard about it. It's called a TR-3B. And again, if this is such an advanced aircraft, why it needs lights? I mean, why it has lights and it looks very terrestrial in a way. This aircraft was designed with technology shared from our evildoers. And yes, this one is a little bit more advanced than the circular aircraft, because this one can go beyond the solar system. Actually, it can travel quite fast. So this one came about in the 1990s, early 1990, 91, with a lot of sightings in Belgium. And the reason for that, I don't know specifically. My hunch, there was a base, they were coming out, and they always want disclosure. You see, they want someone to see it so they can say, oh, there are the aliens, so they can move around and you know, be seen as they're alien spaceships, when they're actually terrestrial spaceships that feel the needs of the evildoers, not the real ones, not the aliens, but their human counterparts, for sure, what we call the governments, you see. So they feel their needs. They need this aircraft or whatever, transport, whatever. So they want them to be outside, recognized, and whoever sees one is probably going to say, I'm going crazy, and if they take a picture like the ones I'm showing you on the screen, they're going to be discredited as hoaxes or the basically unexplainable, okay? So that's why unidentified flying objects, UFO, is unidentified. I mean, it's they don't go either way. They never claim it's extraterrestrial. They just say it can be light, bending, you know, refractions and stuff like that. So really, you might be disappointed by this episode because you say, oh, so you don't believe in UFOs? No, of course I believe. Of course I believe. I mean, it's just not this type of aircraft. You see, I don't see the aircraft I'm showing, which is a sighting from Billy Meier in Switzerland in the 1970s. He was a very well-known case. He claimed this aircraft comes from the galaxy of the Pleiades, and he gave such a bad name to such a great civilization. The Pleiadians are a benevolent civilization. They're really, really interested on Earth, and they send a lot of consciousness and a lot of help. And remember, they don't have to travel all this way. That happens in a blimp in the universe, because speed, distance, and time, all three are infinite and instant in the universe. So from their galaxy, they send a lot of wealth and good things to the Earth, and they have been discredited by this sighting from Billy Meier, because everyone says he claims that Christ comes from the Pleiades, and that's why they look very similar. He took some pictures that I didn't find a really good one of apparently these beings in human form, or apparently they're very similar to humans. Okay, I don't know if Billy Meier was contacted from the Pleiades, and I don't think contacts are that way, that they take physical form. Maybe they took physical form for him to be comfortable, and they took a human type form. It's not that the beings from the Pleiades look like that. You see, that's the funny thing about this. Or we take everything at core value. When this is multidimensional, we have to open ourselves to think in things in different dimensions. They can take any physical form they want. They are an advanced being. They are not humans. We're primitive. We cannot shapeshift. We cannot change our appearance to satisfy others. Maybe they felt Billy Meier was so primitive and say, okay, if we are just appear to him, or maybe let's take a physical form so he's satisfied. So the pictures look like Nordic type, Swedish type women and men. Again, I see nothing there. Nothing resonates with me. That's not a being. I mean, that's not the physical form of a being from the Pleiades. Actually, they can take any form they want. I hope that makes sense. So I wanted to end this episode talking about a race I'm very fond about. The blue avians. They're really benevolent. They're really interested in the Earth right now, you see. They're sending a lot of love and guidance. And if you seek help, just help me, blue avians, and they will try to guide you and send you messages, you see. And the blue avians traverse the universe in a pod. But it's really, you know, it's nothing. I mean, they can do whatever they want. They don't need spaceships. They don't need anti-gravity. They certainly don't need propulsion systems based on matter. They just do it, you see. I hope that makes sense now when I tell you eventually humanity, when it takes its place in the universe, things are going to be easy for us. We're going to go from scarcity to abundance. We're going to go from fear to love. We're going to go from hierarchies to the individual. I mean, things are going to be easy for us. Don't think that like Earth 2022. Think like Earth 3000. Think like you're a being from the Earth 1000, that flying is impossible, and, you know, and having cars and phones and video conference. It's just something, I mean, you send letters at that time, and they probably never got to their place. It took years to move from one country to another. I mean, if someone moved a family member to another country, I mean, there were not even continents at the time. America was not even discovered. Okay, it was, but, you know, not to mainstream science. So just think the same difference. Things are going to be so easy for us. So UFOs is primitive. Blue avians is how the reality in the universe is. You see, they don't need these ships. These have a purpose here on Earth, and they are our own little trials of trying this technology, the small things they give us, you see. You can see the steel, if you look closely, you're going to see rivets, and you're going to see knots, and you're going to see a lot of things, lights. Does that make sense? Is that an aircraft that came from our galaxy? Just think yourself that. So I'm sorry, this is not an episode to discredit UFOs. It's to give you again my feeling and opinion that the universe is infinite, and there's ways to move around it immediately, in a blimp, in a millisecond. And really, these aircrafts, to me, maybe they're just distraction, and maybe they're just, you know, we're barking at the wrong tree. Okay, so I love UFOs. I love them. I love seeing videos about them, and that is just through time. And even when I was little and I read The Big Wave, La Gran Oleada, I said, no, this doesn't make sense. This doesn't make a lot of sense. You see? Sorry about that. So I hope you like it. Again, please share this content. There's the email if you want to reach to me, and be sure, as always, to check the guys from Wake in the Future. Okay, so have a nice Monday. Have a very, very nice day. Thank you. We want you on the show. Send me an email to hey@humanitywins.net to schedule an interview. Help me out by making the show more interesting, fun, and knowledgeable by having you on and giving our viewers the opportunity to learn from you. Thank you for making it to this part of the video. This is my favorite part. This is where I suggest to you that you discover yourself. You are not what you have been groomed to believe. You are this incredible being without limits that has eternal life, amazing strength, infinite wisdom, and a big, beautiful heart. All your limits are always self-imposed. Your best version in this reality is inside you. Your only mission on this life is to become a beacon of love and guidance. This version is ready to be discovered today. How do you discover yourself? The discovery process is a personal one. No one can do it for you. Dedicate 5 minutes a day to talk to yourself and the universe. Request to be connected and ask, who am I? Where do I come from? You will start getting signs, breadcrumbs, and signals. You will notice how your notions about those realities start disappearing. No more hierarchies, no more competition, no more complaining, no more depending on others. Discovering yourself equals to breaking your matrix. Your self-imposed limits will fall, and you will be ready to serve humanity and help break this spell and deception on us. But you must be patient to allow others to wake up at their time through their own free will. That will be really soon, you will see, and that will start a new world. As you work towards your best version, you will notice how all emotions don't serve you anymore. Hate, fear, rage, pride, loss, envy, violence, justice, true violence, judgment of others, and other emotions will disappear from your mind and heart. You will understand those emotions serve only the evildoers and are not you. Please try to be understanding of others that don't think or feel like you. Everyone has a process. No one is right or wrong. We're all just different. Don't be concerned about being right, ever. Don't allow pride preventing you from patching things up with family and friends. It is very important you enjoy this life with your loved ones. Put in the work to patch things up and leave it to others to decide. Please relax and enjoy life. When everyone breaks their own matrix, humanity through our community consciousness will break the final spell. The new world will start and everything will gradually fall. Governments, hierarchies, and the medical and financial system will go from scarcity to abundance for all. Thank you very much for watching. Please share this episode. If you have any comments or suggestions, please use the comment section below. For private questions, conversations, and if you would like to appear on the show, please email me at hey@humanitywins.net. Please be sure to check out our friends from Waking the Future and their awaken-attire.com shop. They gave me my first opportunity to speak about this and I will be forever grateful. Link to their channel and shop on the show notes. Thank you again. Please don't forget to visit our website www.humanitywins.net. By giving me your time, you honor me. Have a very, very, very nice day.